Back in July, after years of speculation, Microsoft finally announced a reboot to one of their most flagship exclusive series, one of my favourite gaming franchises of all time, Fable. With the fourth entry into the series finally being announced, there was a lot of speculation and a lot of misinformation about what this game would actually entail. So I'm here to try and clear that up a little bit for you. Before we do get into the video though, it'd really help me out if you could hit like, and also if you're new here, make sure to subscribe with post notifications turned on. We are uploading every single day in December, different gaming content, so if you're into that, make sure to subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into everything we know about Fable 4. At least, so far. For what felt like years, we heard rumours that Microsoft were looking to acquire a new studio to replace Lionhead, the original creators of Fable. So when they took over Playground Games back in 2018, we all got prepared to hear an announcement. Now, according to a Eurogamer report around the same time, the studio had been working on the project for years by that point. However, it wasn't until 2 years later that this game was even confirmed. So despite the game supposedly being in the works for a near half-decade, it doesn't particularly seem like Fable 4 is too far into development, which makes me think that most of Playground's work up to this point has been the creation of an entire new engine for Fable 4 to run on. This belief is mainly due to Herve Jengler, a senior director at Playground, who for the past few months has been tweeting that Playground Games still has a lot of positions to fill, from animation engineers, senior gameplay engineers, and most notably back in autumn, a lead scriptwriter. The fact that so many positions are unfilled at Playground gives the impression that the studio are still very much in the early stages of development. However, we're not completely in the dark when it comes to how this game will look, thanks to an interview with Xbox Game Studios boss Matt Booty that was released shortly after the game was announced, where he said,
"With any kind of franchise like that, when you've had existing versions, there's always that balance between what you're going to bring forward, what still stands up, and what you want to add that's new. It's like the challenge of making a new Star Wars movie. There's stuff that everyone wants you to bring along, but then you've got a responsibility to take that to new places, and I trust Playground has a good vision for that."
Now what this says to me is that although Playground will definitely stick to the roots of the original Fable franchise, they'll more than likely make plenty of additions akin to the likes of recent RPG trends, most of which spawned from The Witcher 3. I'd imagine Microsoft's main focus would be creating a much more expansive Albion, a world with the same density as its predecessors, but on a huge scale, and with that the side missions and general events of the world will probably be hugely fleshed out. What would be ideal to see though is Playground Games finally realising some of Peter Molyneux's many embellishments of what the original game would be. Or at the very least, an inclusion of the fucking acorn, for the love of God. There was also a massive controversy after the initial announcement of Fable 4, as straight after its first trailer came out, there was rumours flying all over Twitter that the game was going to be an MMO. After the rumours spawned from a single Xbox insider, the news took off. However, talks of it being an MMO was swiftly shut down by various other Microsoft insiders. That being said, those same insiders also hinted at various online features being a part of the game, the likes of which would be similar to the online interactions of Forza Horizon 4. Forza Horizon 4's online though is one of the most toxic experiences in the entire industry, so I hope that's not a direct comparison. Aside from that though, we know very little confirmed information about Fable 4. Although the reveal trailer absolutely nailed the atmosphere of the series, we've still not seen even a glimpse of gameplay to see whether or not the core experience is carried over. In all honesty though, Playground Games have my complete trust in absolutely nailing this mini reboot. Yes, the studio is most well known for creating Forza, and there's no real evidence that they'll be able to jump over to creating open world RPGs. However, from the interviews we've seen, from the limited information we have, it's clear to me that the people working on this project are truly passionate about not only maintaining the identity of Fable, but also innovating to ensure the franchise can make a full return to the spotlight, and potentially become Microsoft's best exclusive in years. If I had to guess, I'd say we'll get a glimpse of early stage gameplay by July 2021. However, considering the studio is still filling a lot of major positions, I don't think we'll see this game released until autumn 2022 at the very earliest. Fable 4 could be a genuine turning point for Microsoft though. It has the potential to revive the Xbox exclusive market, and it's bringing back the first ever RPG series I played. So personally, I want Playground Games to take as much time as they need to create this game. Even if it doesn't drop for another 4 years, I'd truly be okay with that, as long as it's a polished, outstanding entry that pays respect to the franchise that I used to adore. But what do you think? When do you think we will see Fable 4 released? And what do you want to see from this new entry? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you did enjoy the video, like I said at the start, it'd really be appreciated if you could hit like. And if you're new here and want to see more content like this, daily December uploads, so hit subscribe with post notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any. And with all that being said, I've been Joe, aka Founder Scarab, and I'll see you in the next one.